Thank you, Montreal. First of all, let me say it's a beautiful city. I was walking around today. I was in the old part of the city. I went to Jacques Cartier Place, where all the artists draw the caricatures of the tourists. Apparently, Brad Pitt can't stay away from there. Jesus. I'm from San Francisco, and when you grew up in such an open-minded place as San Francisco, it's easy to forget what a bunch of assholes live in other places. Like when I went down to, I was doing a show outside of Boston, and I love Boston, but there wasn't quite a conservative area. And after the show, this guy came up to me, and he said, "Oh, hey, Arj, you're from San Francisco, huh? Are you in favor of gay marriage?" I said, "Well, I'd like to get to know you a little bit better first. I mean, maybe we could just grab a smoothie and see what happens." That's how we do it. And then now I made a little joke, so he's kind of chuckling. It's a dumb joke, but, I've eased the tension. Then I said, "Hey, man, what's your deal? You think there should be laws to control somebody else's lifestyle because you don't agree with it? So you want to try to control how other people live?" I said, "That's not going to work. You need to open up your heart. You can disagree with somebody, but you can still accept them at the same time. Open your heart, sir, and accept that people are gay." Thousands, probably millions of people are gay. And until we find a cure, we will practice unconditional love and tolerance towards these people. And we will let them get married because they're easier to track that way. Now, I don't give a damn what anyone does in their spare time. And personally, I'm single now. I had a girlfriend, but I broke it up. But by the way, if you're gonna go on a date with someone, be honest. Be open about your life. Don't try to conceal things. It's gonna come up later, and it's gonna be awkward. But I went on a date about 3 weeks ago, and I talked to the girl for like 2 hours the night before. I thought, were they making a connection here? I was traveling, so I didn't have a car. She picked me up. I got in her car, and she never mentioned this in a 2-hour conversation. But I look in the back seat of her car, and there's all these Sesame Street books, stuffed animals, and even one of those games where you hammer the shapes into the corresponding holes. Okay, I don't got a problem with all this. That's a big part of your life. That's the kind of thing you should probably tell me about before we go out on a date. And I wasn't an asshole about it, but I was direct. I said, "Hey, you didn't tell me about this. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You have a learning disability." "No, I think you do, because that square's in the circle. And that's a fucking easy one." Okay, hey, I'm a reasonable guy. If you had put the rhombus in the parallelogram, I might have understood. Those are similar shapes, deceivingly similar. But the square and the circle, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Something's wrong with you. Thank you. Very kind. I don't. Very nice. Oh, this is going great. I don't have children of my own, but I have nephews, and I love those guys. And they love me, and my sister sees the connection, and she feels bad. She says, "Arj, the boys, they love you so much. You're their favorite uncle, and you'd be a great dad." And she says, "Do you regret not having your own children, Arj?" This is my own sister. I'm not going to bullshit her. She's asking me a question. I said, "You want to know the truth? I'll admit it. There are times when I'll be lying in bed in the middle of the night, and I'll just think to myself, why? Why am I sleeping so goddamn deeply right now? Why couldn't there just be a tiny, helpless, inferior half version of myself in the adjacent room, screaming bloody murder and shitting all over the place, draining my free time and energy and bank account relentlessly? Why? My sister thinks I'm immature. I said, "Why? Because I play video games?" Well, guess what? I'm not sitting around playing Mr. Deuce Castle or Moon Patrol. I happen to be playing a World War II stimulation. And it's based on historical evidence of World War II. So I'm not just having fun. I'm learning shit about the war. I'm learning things that people here, educated people, probably don't even know. How many people knew this? In D-Day in 1940-ish. When the Allied troops landed in Normandy, they fought a fierce battle against the Germans, what were positioned in the cliffs. And it was a difficult and bloody battle, but we persevered and we liberated Spain. I'm sure we all know that, and I'm sure we're all thankful every time we taste the sweet sangria of freedom. But how many people knew this? About 600 meters to the north of the main battle, there was a small barn. The door of the barn was locked. But if you shot the lock off with the gun, it went inside and looked behind the haystacks in the right-hand corner. Unlimited grenades. Okay? Don't tell me I'm wasting my fucking time. That's technology. That's technology working for you, teaching you, and it's learning. And you know what? We live in a great time. Did anyone use Google Maps to get here? Google Maps is incredible because it'll get you where you want to go. But sometimes I want to say, hey, Google Maps, you're doing a good job, but you need to kind of take it easy over there. You need to chill the fuck out a little bit. You just need to relax, Google Maps. I know how to get out of my own driveway. I mean, if a friend gave you directions like that, you'd be insulted. Okay, here's what you do, okay? Reverse out of your garage. Do not go forward or you'll just crash into a bunch of shit you should have thrown away 10 years ago, okay? Now take a right down the one-way street you lived on for 27 years. Do not turn left in oncoming traffic. Yeah, I know, Derek. I know. Shut the fuck up. You wouldn't even let him finish. But Google Maps does that to you every day of the week, and we just sit there and take it. And I say, why can't Google Maps, Google has like $10 million. Why can't they take that money, pay a computer scientist to build the algorithm? They could easily build an algorithm that could fix it. And so you type in exactly where you want to go, right? And the first thing it says should be something like, okay, I assume you know how to get to the freeway, yeah? Cool, here's where shit starts to get complicated. Thank you very much, good night, thank you.